25 amazing and incredible facts about space. Space is completely silent. There is no air or atmosphere in space. Since it is a vacuum, sound waves will have no medium to travel to. That means, no one will hear you scream in space, even if you shout the loudest. While sound waves, mechanical waves, need a medium to travel, radio waves, electromagnetic waves, can travel in the void of space. Astronauts use radios to stay in communication while in space since radio waves can still be sent and received in a vacuum environment. The hottest planet in our solar system is 450 degrees Celsius. The hottest planet in the solar system is Venus. This scorching planet has an average surface temperature of about 232 degrees Fahrenheit, 450 degrees Celsius. Interestingly, Venus is not the closest planet to the Sun, Mercury is. Mercury has no atmosphere to regulate temperature, so it has a very large temperature fluctuation. Venus, on the other hand, has the thickest atmosphere among all planets. This atmosphere traps heat, making Venus very hot. There may be life on Mars. Of all the planets in our solar system, apart from Earth, Mars is the one most likely to be hospitable to life. In 1986, NASA found what they thought may be fossils of microscopic living things in a rock recovered from Mars. Nobody knows how many stars are in space. The sheer size of space makes it impossible to accurately predict just how many stars we have. Right now, scientists and astronomers use the number of stars only within our galaxy, the Milky Way, to estimate. That number is between 200 to 400 billion stars, and there are estimated to be billions of galaxies, so the stars in space really are completely uncountable. Halley's Comet won't orbit past Earth again until 2061. Discovered in 1705 by Edmund Halley, the famous comet was last seen in 1986 and is only seen once every 75 to 76 years. A full NASA spacesuit cost $12 million. About 70% of the total cost was for the backpack and control module. If we were to convert the total amount to today's pricing, this would be approximately around $150 million. Up to now, NASA reuses the spacesuits that were made in 1974. In 2019, the first all-female spacewalk was cancelled because of spacesuit availability. Neutron stars can spin 600 times per second. Neutron stars are the densest and tiniest stars in the known universe, and although they only have a radius of about 10 kilometers, 6 miles, they may have a mass of a few times that of the Sun. They can rotate up to 60 times per second after they are born from a core collapse supernova star explosion, and have been known to spin as fast as 600 to 712 times per second because of their physics. There may be a planet made out of diamonds. As space facts go, this is pretty impressive. Research by Yale University scientists suggests that a rocky planet called 55 Cancri. It is twice the size of Earth and has a mass 8 times greater. It may have a surface made up of graphite and diamond. It's 40 light-years away but visible to the naked eye in the constellation of Cancer. The footprints on the Moon will be there for 100 million years. The Moon has no atmosphere, which means there is no wind to erode the surface and no water to wash the footprints away. This means the footprints of the Apollo astronauts, along with spacecraft prints, rover prints, and discarded material, will be there for millions of years. One day on Venus is longer than 1 year. Venus has a slow axis rotation which takes 243 Earth days to complete its day. The orbit of Venus around the Sun is 225 Earth days, making a year on Venus 18 days less than a day on Venus. In 3.75 billion years the Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies will collide. The Andromeda galaxy is approaching the Milky Way, where our solar system is at a rate of around 110 kilometers per second, 68 miles per second, and eventually the two will collide to form a giant elliptical galaxy. If two pieces of the same type of metal touch in space, they will permanently bond. This incredible fact is also known as cold welding, and it happens because the atoms of two pieces of metal have no way of knowing they are separate. This doesn't happen on Earth because of the air and water found between the pieces. There is floating water in space. Astronomers have found a massive water vapor cloud that holds 140 trillion times the mass of water in the Earth's oceans, somewhere around 10 billion light-years away, making it the largest discovery of water ever found. The largest known asteroid is 965 kilometers, 600 miles, wide. Discovered by Italian astronomer Giuseppe Piazzi in 1801, the dwarf planet Ceres was the first, and largest, object to be considered an asteroid. It is located in the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter and accounts for 33% of the entire belt's mass. The Sun's mass takes up 99.86% of the solar system. The Sun is made of 3/4 hydrogen and most of its remaining mass is helium. This yellow star is 330,000 times as massive as Earth. It accounts for 99.86% of the mass in our solar system. The gas giant Jupiter accounts for about 2/3 of the remaining mass. There is a volcano on Mars 3 times the size of Everest. At 600 kilometers wide and 21 kilometers high, Olympus Mons is a volcano on Mars that may still be active, according to scientists. It is the tallest peak of any planet. However, the Rhea Silvia central peak on the asteroid Vesta is taller at 22 kilometers. Mercury and Venus are the only planets with no moons. The terrestrial planets Mercury and Venus are not able to hold any moons because of their close distance to the Sun. The Sun's gravity is much stronger and it will pull any natural satellite orbiting these nearby planets. Saturn has 82 known moons and counting. Saturn has the most number of moons known in the solar system. Its biggest moon, Titan, is bigger than Mercury. The ring planet also has some smaller moons called shepherd moons that help keep Saturn's rings in shape. The gas giant Jupiter is a failed star. Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system, is composed of hydrogen and helium. These are the same elements that our Sun is made up of. However, Jupiter is not large enough to start nuclear fusion and generate its own energy. If it were around 80 times bigger, it would become a star with low mass. Uranus orbits the Sun on its side. Uranus is often called the sideways planet because its orbit is tilted by about 98 degrees. This tilt makes the ice giant planet appear as if it is spinning sideways. Pluto is now classified as a dwarf planet, not a planet. Many planet-like objects are getting discovered, which means the number of planets will keep on changing. Because of this, the International Astronomical Union made a new category called dwarf planets. Dwarf planets are objects like Pluto that are planet-like but do not dominate the neighborhood of their orbit. Pluto and Charon could be a double dwarf planet system. Pluto's largest moon, Charon, is about half the size of this dwarf planet. This makes it the biggest moon in relative size to its parent body. These two are mutually tidally locked to each other. It means that the same side of Charon faces Pluto and vice versa. There are 5 officially recognized dwarf planets in the solar system. The 5 dwarf planets are Ceres, Pluto, Haumea, Makemake, and Eris. This number could grow as more objects like these are discovered. Earth's moon is the 5th largest moon in the solar system. The biggest natural satellite is Ganymede, which orbits Jupiter. The second largest is Titan from Saturn. In the 3rd and 4th place are Callisto and Io, which are both moons of Jupiter.